What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle for the next episode of Salt. In the previous episode, we had started our adventures. We had floated around on the Merry Sea, and there's a shiny thing over here, and I don't know what it is. I was looking at it in between episodes. Let's go look at the shiny thing and figure out what this is, because a moon rock boulder. So it rocks in the moonlight. I respect that. I respect that. It takes a lot. It takes healthy effort to rock deep into the night. No! I can't claim you? Why? Why don't you want to be part of my inventory? I want you to be inside my bag. Which I know that sounds like really precarious, and it sounds almost a little bit offensive, like you might have to call an adult. But I want you to come with me. I promise there's no Buffalo Bill type thing coming right now. It'll be fine. I promise. Well, fine then. I didn't want you to come with me anyway. We're not friends anymore. I'm gonna go back over here and sleep off the rest of the night. How about that? I don't know if this is a wise idea, but I do it every... Oh God! It's daytime, and so... rapidly and with much aplomb, the daylight has decided to burst onto the scene. And so the rock is actually gone. I don't know if is there a map in this game? I don't think that there is unless we make it ourselves. And so I feel like there should really be some way for me to mark the fact, ooh, more grubs, hooray. We're running out of food too. Like our tummy is about half empty, which means we could make it through this episode without any major like misgivings or problems with grumbly tummies or anything like that. But I would prefer to... Did somebody steal my boat? Dude, where's my boat? There it is. It's over there. We're good. We are totally 100% good. We won't have any Ashton Kutcher related adventures, I suppose. I mean, if Ashton Kutcher wants to come along, I guess I would allow him. It seems like that sort of thing would be healthy for the channel. But I don't know. Do any of you know Ashton Kutcher? Is he cool to hang out with or something? I don't know. He seems like he'd be alright. Maybe? Is this a weird conversation to have at the beginning of an LP? I feel like this is a weird conversation. Anyways, before it gets weird, let's continue to explore this island and hope that we don't come across anything deadly that wants to murder us. Let me get my bow out just in case. Because if any of our enemies tries to get cute, I will put a bow on it, and so that will add to its cuteness and also its deadness. Let's look through... Nothing? How come I'm not picking up any of the bamboo anymore? I used to pick up bamboo all the time, and now it's not working. Maybe it's like a random percentage chance. I don't know, I feel whiny in this playthrough. It's because I'm recording late at night. That's gotta be what it is. As the day goes along and I get more tired, I get grumpier. And I'm recording this at like 10 o'clock at night because my recording schedule's all weird lately. Like I've been sleeping weirdly, and then I've been like up weirdly, and so I feel like I'm just this weird moonlight creature now that no longer dwells in the realm of sunlight and mankind. Basically, I've got like this Nosferatu thing going on at the moment, where I go outside briefly, like right before it gets dark, to like buy groceries or to go for like a jog. But that's ooh, another hardwood log. Hardwood is coming around a lot more than in my last playthrough. I must have gotten more attractive or something. Let's look. Ooh, hello. Another wood log to scoop into our bag aggressively. I'm gonna continue walking through all of this over here, and maybe see if we can get a bamboo shoot or something. I would love to get a bamboo shoot and make myself some kind of fishing rod or anything along those lines. Something for food acquisition. Something that will make my, I don't know, my ascent into piratical godhood. I mean, you've got to feed yourself if you want to get on front of the Pirates Wheaties box. It's hard. I mean, the Pirates Wheaties community, I don't even know if they would call them Wheaties, to be honest. I think they've come up with some kind of other name for it. I don't know. There should... Oh, what is this? Hello, mushroom. A red spotted mushroom. 2 of them. Well, if there's anything that I've learned from... Oh, 3 of them. If there's anything that I've learned from Mario Brothers, it's that sticking mushroom-shaped objects that you find in the middle of nowhere, presumably next to other critters, can never do you any harm. And in fact, they make you grow to a huge size. Fun fact, I read somewhere that there's like a mushroom species in Japan or something like that, that when you eat it, it makes you hallucinate and make you feel like you're a giant. I don't know if this is true or not, so I would have to fact check this. This would be one of those things that I would have to look up after I recorded this episode, because I'm going to relay it to you first, and then I'm going to fact check it later, because that's just like the sort of ethical human being that I am. But anyways, I'm going to say this story. Supposedly there's like a variety of mushrooms that are red and white, like in Mario Brothers, that make you hallucinate and get super big. Like they make you hallucinate that you're a giant, and that's what it was based on. I don't know if that's the truth or not. But just a little bit of video game lore for you right there. Ooh, lovely little white flowers. Join me in my bag, white flowers, just in case we come across any piratical ladies. And perhaps we could give them a flower, and then they would not try to run us through with their very, very sharp, pointy sticks. I think we've just about hit everything on this island. I think we've done circled the location. I mean, we didn't go straight back through the middle, and so we might try that. Maybe just like thread the needle for a second through the middle of the island. But other than that, I think we've just about gotten everything from here. Yeah, there's an extra boulder up here. It looks like it's got a chafed spot on the side right there. It looks like it's been having some rubbing or some grinding. I don't know. Maybe it's like boulder mating season or something. Let's think. God, that's gross if you really think about it. My God. Let's go ahead and grab that out of there. We still haven't gotten any hard stone, unfortunately. Or any of like the rare stone. I wish we had. But I kind of want to note the fact that there's moonstone here somehow, and I don't really know how to do it. Ooh. Mushroom. Mushroom. Alright, there we go. Got ourselves some mushroom. You find an exceptional stem of bamboo. Good. He went to like Bamboo Cornell or something. Mushroom snake. I hope there's no snakes around. That would make this, that's old school internet right there. That goes way back. That's way back when people first started making Flash videos and stuff. Badger. Was it badgers? I think it was badgers. I distinctly remember that. Oh, another exceptional stem. Hooray! Well, maybe. Let's see what we can do with these right now. Let's see if maybe we can do something with these wondrous bamboo stems. And so we can turn those into fibers. Or... that didn't work. What can I do with these fibers? Can I do anything with these? I can make cloth. Can I make rope or anything? I can only make one. Oh no, I can make 2 of those. Okay. Let me check my crafting manual real fast to make sure that there's not anything that I'm leaving out. The other book is like a journal. It like has a little story in it. It just tells you that there's a chest on the starting item. Or I'm sorry, on the starting island. It's like, there's totes a chest here, bruh. You should look for it because it gives you awesome stuff. Sha. Can I make a rope or anything to fish with? A tripwire? That's not what I'm looking for right now. Well, I guess that's going to be one of those little things that I have to look up on the internets to figure it out. In the meantime, let's make some cloth, because I seem to recall we need cloth at some point in the game, and so I feel no fear in crafting it. So let's go ahead and make ourselves 2 cloth, and we'll add that to the pile. I know that later on we've got to get ourselves some really awesome stuff. What does that do? Oh, we can make band-aids. That's pretty sweet, just in case we get any ouchies or perhaps any boo-boos. What does that do? Nothing? Damn. Well then, what happens if I put a flower on a stick? Does that do anything? No. Can I make a white flag to surrender? That's not something that's inside. Okay, that's fine. I guess we can't surrender right now then. Surrender. I like that song. Or like Mommy's alright and Daddy is also alright, but they're just a little weird. And then you spend like 25 minutes saying surrender. I also like the Less Than Jake version. I don't know really where I came from in this case. And you can paddle the boat. I forgot to talk about this. And so you can paddle the boat kind of like this, and you can actually get going pretty fast. So apparently your boat derives some form of propulsion by you wiggling the paddle back and forth. No, we've run aground! Damnation and tarnation. Okay, so now that we've done that for a second, we've had our fun. Let me put the sail down, and I'm going to come back over here, and maybe we will let's go over to that big island over there. That island seems super awesome. That island seems way better than this one, because it's pointing into the sky. It's pointing to the celestial surface in the hopes that one day it may touch a geological tower of Babel. Or Babel. I mean, some people like the alternate pronunciation. I like to go with Babel, but, you know, Babel works too. I feel like this is going to be a long trip. It seems like that's going to be a lot further away than I expected. That particulate matter that's in the air, you see those little spots floating around? That makes me very much feel as though I would have some kind of allergic reaction to being at sea. I have allergies, and anytime I see things floating in the air, there's a time of year in the town that I live right now where for like a week there's just this weird powdery substance all over everything because the trees are just bumping and grinding and having all kinds of crazy freaky tree sex, and it is awful. Like, you just understand in your mind, you're like, oh, over the course of the next week or two, my throat is going to hurt so much and my eyes are just going to have boogies and weepies in them all the time. Oh, it's going to suck. It's going to suck. And sure enough, the next day you wake up just like, you can't breathe. Everybody thinks there's a donkey in bed with them. It's just like, ugh. Wow, we are really sort of heading off in this direction. We also need to get our alignment checked. There we go. I think it has something to do with the fact that you can like leave the ore in the water a certain way, and then it just gives you like a permanent heading. There we go. That seems about right. Onward to Island of Pointiness. That's not a very unique name right there. I've got to think of something like that's related to conical pointiness. I mean, the only thing that I'm coming up with is that bra that Madonna used to wear, but that's kind of like a throwback thing. That goes way far back and kind of dates me, and so I'm afraid to make that reference. Wow, this actually is a lot further. You see over there, you see those fires on I don't know if you could see that, but there was little plumes of smoke on that other island, and that means that there's piratical individuals on that island, so we could go over there and we could engage in some combat. And so I'm thinking that we might do that. I always wanted to make a video game with combats, and so they're just bats with little communications arrays on their heads, and you can like send them out, and they will like scout the area for you. So it'd be like a roguelike, and you would invoke the power of your combats, and then you would send them out, and they'd be like bung, 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 and they would just fly around being combats, and then they would radio back, and they'd be like eep, and then, you know, adorableness would follow. I think bats are adorable, by the way. This island's looking a little bit larger and more threatening than a lot of the other islands that we've been on right now. And in fact, this is starting to look like the kind of location where I have geological adventures. And so let's go ahead and have geological adventures. Now, from what I can tell from this stone, I can't tell anything from this stone. It's got some kind of spheroidal weathering thing going on, and it's developed some rather large cracks, which leads me to believe that there may be some form of like calcium carbonate which forms inside these large cracks. Actually, I think it's supposed to be coal or something, but I'm going to say that these are like dark crevices inside the rock, and so perhaps you had some CaCO3 like down in there, and over time just exposure to water will make that go away, and it will run off into the ocean, and eventually you'll end up with lots of weird little cracks and things. Perhaps, I don't know, it's got kind of like a sandy color to it right now. I mean, it's got kind of like a limestoney thing going on, to be honest. You might get away with some kind of limestone with this whole thing, but I don't know. Limestone can be grayish, it can be brownish, it can be reddish, it just sort of depends the area that you're in. Is there fall damage? Let's find out. There does not appear to be fall damage. I mean, that fall was decently sized. It wasn't a horrifically fatal fall, but it was one that I feel like I may have suffered some form of damage to my knees. Oh, there's a fire over there. Hold on. Alright, let's go into SOCOM mode. Let's channel our inner Solid Snake. Let's go. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Okay, I think there's just a little guy down there. I don't know if he's a good guy or a bad guy. I know there are certain things in this game that don't try and kill you, and I would feel guilty for murdering those things because I bet they... Hold on, I'm gonna borrow this log over here, and by borrow I mean take it and then use it for various crafting. There we go. Awesome. And so let's have a look over here. We want to be careful because they have the tendency to add and join in on the combat. There's 3 of them. Oh, there's 4. There's another one over there. Well, okay, so we got that one. So there's one down for right now. And so as you can see, everything looks kind of like unturned in that like everything is very primitive looking. I hope that the development team makes enough money to where they can hire like people to make these look a little bit better. But for right now, I think it sort of fits with the theme of the game. I mean, everything in the game looks like it's crafted out of old school Pixar sort of primitives like you used to see in really, really old CGI movies. So I don't mind it. I've never been a person who's hyper-focused on graphics. I enjoy games like Unreal World and games like Cataclysm DDA, you know what I mean? Oh, we can't regenerate stamina while crouching. Interestingly enough, it takes stamina for us to stealth around. Luckily, we took him out without any of his friends noticing. I'm assuming they're friends. They may just be like an alliance of brigands who really have a distaste for one another. I don't know if that shot seems a little bit far-fetched. I don't know if I'm going to be able to hit him from right there. Let's get a little bit closer. I'm going to sneak down over here. There. If I fired at him through the smoke, I did that one time in a D&D campaign where I hid behind like a plume of smoke from a campfire, and I was firing arrows out from behind it and killing dudes. Oh, it was so epic. My DM was so happy. My Dungeon Master was really, really stoked about it. Alright, here we go. Got him. Got him again. Oh, this is not working. No, he's better. Nah! He's cleaving us. Ow. Hey, hey. Calm down now. Super strike. Super strike. Dem combat graphics. Look at the thrilling nature of the combat. Oh, he still swung even though he was dead. That's not very nice. What is that? A bronze chest key. A key that opens a chest. How rather generic sounding. Let's make ourselves some band-aids because we're not looking so good right now. Can I eat this? I'm gonna try and eat this. 150 food. That seems like it sort of helped. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Feeling good. Feeling good. Alright, so let's make ourselves some bandages. Or some bandages, if you prefer. I think I'll just make one for right now because I don't know how much this is going to heal me. If it even does that. I could be wrong. It looks like, in fact, maybe it's because... Hold on, let me go back to here. Ah. Is it working? Huzzah! You feel better. Magical Band-Aid, how I love you. And so it improves my regeneration. Alright. And so since the sun is going down, I think we may spend the night over here next to the source of our slaughter. Did I loot this guy up here? I'm going to assume that I did. Alright, let's come down out of here like some kind of crazy Rambo badass. And we're going to take this guy out right here. What you... I can never tell what Sylvester Stallone is saying, although I did like the new Rambo movie. Especially the part where he rips out the guy's larynx with his bare hands. That was pretty man mode. That was pretty legit. That was pretty legit. Did we hit him? I can't tell. Let's aim a little bit high this time. There. Ooh! A critical strike for 41. Get dealt with, nub. Welcome to the OP-ness of ranged classes. I would make a joke about, you know, my OP-ness hitting you in the face over and over and over again. I'm slapping you with my OP-ness, but, you know, that would be immature. And so I'm just going to allow you to fill in the humor. I guess this is just a pirate island. Hold on, there's an arrow. Did I get all my arrows? Do I have all these? We only have 18, so I've lost 2 arrows thus far, unfortunately. And so we'll have to figure that out as we play the game. Let's see, wasn't there another guy around here somewhere? I thought there was a 4th one. And have we killed 3 or have we killed 4? I haven't really been counting. I'm not good at this sort of thing. Like, I'm not mathematical in my murder. No, he's here. He's here. I hear him. He's running after us. Flee! Alright, so where is he? There he is, right there. Oof. I think I may have shot him in the gonad. He only has 1, by the way. That's the reason for my nomenclature right there. I may have shot him in the singular gonad, which means that really he has none anymore. Unfortunately for him... Oh, look, there's arrows stuck in the fire. That arrow was too damaged to salvage. I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. That's cool, though. I don't mind. A wood log. Are these like wood piles, or what do I get out of these? I guess they're just like free stuff. That's cool. I like free stuff. Free stuff is the best of stuff. I believe that all of capitalism is based around some kind of free stuff happening. I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about right now. I'm literally talking bullshit at the moment, so, you know, call me out on it if you want. Or, you know, don't mind. I don't really care. Let's rest for another couple hours. It's a little bit dark now. The campfires actually get used up, in case you're wondering how that works. Like, each campfire has, like, an amount of rest that it will give to you. So if you're wondering how that works, that's how it works. You just use up the rest that each campfire has. We can also use them to save, which is probably a good plan, seeing as I haven't saved it all yet. And so I'll save right here. Let's maybe rest for another hour. Yeah, that'll put us into sunlight radio. Or what? What just happened? I just said something weird. That'll put us into the radius of sunlight. There we go. That beach right there sort of looks like butt cheeks if you look at it from the right way. It looks like somebody's like, when the water comes in, never mind. It looks like legs with butt cheeks at the top. I don't know. I like to think of happy things, and I think butt cheeks are a happy thing. Like, butt cheeks are one of the long-standing, like, hilarious things of the human body that can be, invoked for comedic value. People throughout all of history and time have thought butt cheeks were hilarious. They are kind of ludicrous when you think about what they are. They're just like big flaps of skin that we sit on. Utterly pointless for anything else, but, you know. They're there for you when you need to sit down, and I do enjoy sitting down, so maybe I'm discrediting them a little bit too much. Maybe I should give them a lot more credit. I don't see any other, like, rocks. Like, this island really seems sort of sparse. Aside from the pirates that are sitting around, I don't feel like there's a whole lot here. Exploration-wise, I'd love to find a couple more pirates or maybe a treasure chest. I'd absolutely love to go to the top of the mountain. Actually, there's a campfire up there. So let's go to the top of the mountain and let's have a look. Let's have a little look-see if I wanted to be really, really redundant. Because if you're having a look, obviously you're having a see. It's not like you're going to have a look with your nose. Unless you're like Toucan Sam or something. And even then, I'm pretty sure he's still just like sniffing the Fruit Loops out of existence. Like or he's sniffing them out of hiding. I don't know. Can I climb this? There we go. Come on. Awesome. And so, unfortunately, the campfire could be just about anywhere up here. And that makes me really, really nervous about the way that I'm advancing on these enemies. The moral of the story is make yourself a bow. Because if you end up fighting with a club, it's going to suck for you. You're going to use a lot of band-aids and a lot of materials. Now, the fact that that campfire is right there means that there could technically be a pirate just about anywhere in its vicinity. He could be wandering around here anywhere. He could pop out from behind that rock, from behind some of this grass. Just about all of these things would camouflage him reasonably well. Well, let's go investigate. There he is. Luckily, he was kind of in a weird spot, but we want him to... Once he straightens out, there we go. Which he may never do, actually. I mean, he is a... Ow! He's like, one more shot, hold on, then I'll die. Alright, so he dropped a broken pirate axe. Find a couple more and you can salvage something from them. Okay, that's cool. I like salvaging. I do it in video games. Salvaging is fun. I enjoy it. We've taken a little bit of damage, but we should regenerate it, I think. Ooh, oh, hello! You unlock it with your key. Another hardwood bow, some hardstone arrows, some flintstone, and a couple of pristine deer pelts. Now, the pristine deer pelts are important for a couple of crafting recipes. I don't know what they are. I think it's for armor or something, or for making, like, really awesome weaponry. Not totally sure right there, but at least we got to use our key. I don't know exactly how the keys are configured, like if you can only get keys for the island that they unlock something. Like, I don't know. I'm not really that educated about the game, I guess, and people get frustrated with me when I'm not educated about games. But you know what? I'm not Chip Cheesem. Like I'm not talented like that. You know what I mean? Like General Ironicus or whatever his name is. I'm not that kind of LPer. I like to come in utterly unprepared and just allow you guys to laugh at the shenanigans that take place. And so while I think that critique is founded in that I don't provide a whole lot of educational value. What the hell is that right there? Is that just a weird shadow, or like, what is that? I think it's a weird shadow. There's a log over there. But I'm not willing to, like, abandon my mountain climbing adventure just yet. I'm invoking my inner billy goat, and I'm watching out for trolls underneath the bridge. In ancient literature, billy goats always ate trolls. I'm sorry, trolls ate billy goats. I don't know why I said that backwards. When I was thinking it through in my head, it was the right way, and then it just came out. Stop that. Will you stop, like, parkouring off the surface of the wall right there and, like, jump up onto it? There we go. That's what I wanted. I was hoping maybe we might find some food around here, but I don't know. Is there any reward for climbing to the top of the mountain, or is it just one of those things you do so that motivational posters can have pictures made? Wow. That's quite the view. And so our boat is down there. There it is, if you can see it. The island we came from is... Well, there's the Smoky Island right there where people are getting their bong on. And so I think we came from that one right there. It was either that one or that one. We started on one of those two. Like, I think we started on that one, we went to this one, and then we sailed all the way out to here, maybe. But my cartography skills are sort of piss poor, so, you know... It's weird because I make maps for a living, or at least I could make maps for a living if I wasn't YouTubing. I should probably, like, do that at some point. It seems like a shame to have, like, a college degree and not use it for anything. I mean, it really sort of makes that college debt seem a lot more unjustified. I don't know. Yeah, there is nothing at the top of the hill. We climbed it just to climb it. It's sort of like the proverbial bear that went over the mountain. We just wanted to see what we could see. And I see a lot of sea. To keep the wordplay going. Let's go back down. I think we've just about accomplished everything we can on this island. We came out of it with some pretty good loot. I don't know what the loot's going to be useful for, but perhaps in the next couple episodes, I know you can find crafting books on some of the pirates. You can also find... I'm trying to be careful right now because I don't know if I can fall a long ways without dying. I don't know if we're defying physics in this world or not. Oh, shnikes. Okay, so down we go. That's fine. We didn't die. That's good. Sliding, that seems like just a horrible gully to fall down. I have fallen down my share of gullies, and unfortunately that gully looks like the most unsavory sort of gully. Most gullies are pretty wholesome, but occasionally you come across one that's just a bad influence. I don't know if I should go rob more pirates. I think we should probably go look for some food or something. Like maybe round out our stockpiles, possibly figure out if we can make ourselves a fishing rod or something somehow. I don't know. We have multiple bows. I know that there are vendors around that we can sell stuff to. Let me rotate the boat around slightly. There we go. And then fall into blackness because there's no underwater graphic yet. And then what I want to do is I want to, if I can like whip the paddle hard enough, I can slightly turn the boat, or if you keep it like this, that works too. There we go. And so where do we want to go? Well, I think that island over there is looking pretty inviting. Let's be on our way. Let's go have a look, see what we can find, see what we can create, see what we can craft, what we can explore, what we can learn. All of those fun PBS type topics. I like PBS, but PBS so rarely has anything good on it anymore. It never really did in the first place. Mostly it's just like random. I really enjoy Book TV and C-SPAN. I enjoy those way more than I should, and I'm not really entirely sure why I seem to be the only person. So for example, I love Book Talk, where they have like an author on and they just talk about, preferably, I really prefer like Pinkerton and people like that. People that are involved in science. I don't really like fiction writers when they come on. I mean, occasionally they can be entertaining, but I really prefer like science writers and sci-fi writers and things like that. Just hearing their perspective on things. And I just leave it in the background while I work on things. Sometimes I leave it on the background while I just sit and play video games. It's a nice way to learn. And so if you've never thought about maybe listening to like some lectures or something while you're sitting around playing video games, you should consider it sometime, because a lot of games don't have background music. You could just throw in a lecture on just about anything you could possibly be interested in. A lot of people are really generous about putting their lectures on. I mean, they don't have to do that. Typically, teachers, you know, they get paid for their credentials, and they could just like force you to pay for it by going to college, but a lot of them put their lectures up online so that you could just listen to them and learn something. I mean, obviously you're not going to get yourself a piece of paper with your name stamped on it, but you can learn something. I mean, that's cool. I think what I'd like to do is let's pull this one up a little bit sideways, make it a little bit easier for me to undock it once we come back down here. And bam, there it is. I don't think we've been to this island, so let's go have a look around. Let's have a little bit of adventure in our last 5 minutes, because realistically that's about how much time we have left, I think. My timer is turned off in front of me. I mean, I could push a button and make it come back on. Yeah, we're like there. We're in the region of the end of the episode. We got a thorn vine. Alright. No clue what that does for me. I think I saw a deer. It is time. We must hunt the deer. Must be at one with nature. We must destroy. Hold on, there's another thorn vine here too. Awesome, thorn vine. I don't know how you're useful to me, but maybe later on you will. Grab a white flower, there we go. Ooh, and a bug pile. Alright. I don't know how to make a fishing rod just yet, but I'll pick up the bugs for later when we do figure it out. Another hardwood log. We are just being lucky as hell with these hardwood logs. Let's see if we can find that deer. It runs off. It's a buck technically, but let's take a look right here. Wait, what the hell is that? There's something up in that tree. How do I obtain you? What are you? Can I shoot you? Oh, I just wasted an arrow. It looks like a fruit tree of some sort, but I don't really know how I could grab that. Like, is there a stool or something I can build? Because that's up there and I want it. I shot an arrow through it, and I feel like I should probably make... I mean, I've ruined it now. It's ruined if I just leave it there. Oh, look, there's a green one up in that tree. What? I feel like I should have noticed this during the stream, that there's, like, stuff up in the trees, but I guess that I did not. Let's grab that wood log. Can I get this one? Or is it up too high, too? Oh, it's up too high, too. How do I get that? Can I hit the tree? It worked! Oh my god, science! We got tree fruit. That's a pretty literally named piece of fruit. Alright. I think it would work. Oh my god, I'm so glad that that worked. I'm happy right now. Where did that other tree go? I'll get my arrow back. I want my arrow back, arrow back, arrow back. I want my arrow back. That's oddly gratifying for some reason. I don't know why, but that's enjoyable. I like smacking the tree and making fruit a ripe tree fruit. So that seems to suggest that there are tree fruits that are not ready for consumption, and there are tree fruits that are ready for consumption. Ooh, we got a fiber over here. Oh, never mind. We got a white flower. There we go. That one's got fibers. Hell yeah. Okay, so we're getting some new stuff. Pretty happy. Where did that buck go? I want to kill the buck before the end of the episode. I want to buck a buck. He'd be like, buck, 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 cow. That's my impression of bullet sounds. They're not very good. It's not an impression. It's not an impression that I work on very often. I said it's not an oppression that I work on very. There's a purple one over there. I wonder if that's the hallucinogenic variety. Eh. I feel like you have to grunt every time you. There it is. It's shiny. Fruit is always better when it's shiny. Are there multiple fruits on a tree, or is it? Oh yeah, there are. Awesome. So what happens if I eat the non-ripe ones? Let's find out. Let's do a little bit of 170. Oh, they just give you less food. Okay. That's cool. As long as I can keep myself fed. I was a little bit worried about that because in my experiments I hadn't found a whole lot of ways for us to get food, but how delightfully simple. I love that. A juicy fruit. Awesome. Just in case you've been feeling the need for some bubble gum. Do they have juicy fruit in other countries? There's a gum brand in the United States called Juicy Fruit. I don't know. A lot of those Kellogg companies and things, they rename stuff when they sell it to Europeans because it tests better under different names in different countries. And so they just move the packaging around slightly depending on what. It's the same product. They just rename it slightly when it goes somewhere else. Like Fruit Loops here are called something completely different, like in Norway, for example. It's the same cereal, but it's got a different name, like Fruitios or something like that. And then Fruit Loops there are the generic brand, and Fruitios here are the generic brand. I don't see any more trees, but I feel like I'm spending too much time staring up into the sky hoping. I think this is a good spot for me to break off this episode. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the next episode of Salt. I hope you've enjoyed our stay so far. This was one of those games that's a little bit of a oddity for me in that it's not a game that's incredibly thrilling. I mean, we got into some fights. We killed some guys with some arrows, and then we fought them with our club. We, like, smacked some trees and got some fruit out of the sky. I'm feeling pretty good about our acquisitional skills in this episode, so we're in a good spot right now. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bam, there's another one right there. All right. Loverly. I'll see y'all there. Take care out there, everybody. Hi-do.